Martini goes back to George Washington times. It is gin with a little bit of vermouth. Originally, back when George was drinking them, it was half gin with a quarter sweet vermouth and a quarter dry vermouth, which would get you punched in the mouth today.
What?
If you made a quarter of your drink sweet vermouth and called it a martini, it wouldn't go over very big. Even now, you could do a little bit of a few drops. I like actually my martini's a little wet, but it is gin.
And when somebody says, I want a lemon martini,
I know what they mean, but that's, you know, it's like a folk truth. You know, people think that there's red out there in the world and you just see it. That's what it is. It's red. But in truth, you have the cones in your eyes and the chemicals in your brain, the sunlight that's on us, the ultraviolet frequency that it goes at, but that's not.
So in other words, what you're saying is that a martini is a martini. It's not something that you can create. How about deconstructed martinis?
You can deconstruct them, you can put them back together, you can call them other things. It's a fluid language we have. If everybody says,
I think of it as the glass. The martini glass being whatever you put in that damn glass would be a martini.
Sure.
But
People do
I'm a bit of
a
a plebeian here, or a troglodyte, or a Luddite, or...
I've had chocolate mousse martinis, which is chocolate mousse with a little bit of Kahlua to them. I've had ceviche martinis that have a little bit of vermouth to them. Yeah, but a martini is really gin with usually a little dash of dry vermouth. I put about, if I have my druthers, 1 drop of sweet vermouth with the dry vermouth.
With or without an olive?
I like olives. Better, much better.
Is the idea that it puts a taste to the martini, or is it the thing that finishes off the drink when you finally get to the bottom?
Then you finish off with the drink when you finally get to the bottom. But I personally find that if it gives people something to fiddle with when they're sitting there drinking or eating or talking, things go much better.
It's good for them.
Just a little
good
something.
For their heart. Good for their soul.
Swizzle sticks, bev naps, something for you to sort of play with. So you know.
For the martini. What about the concept of a tapa? You like that? Tapa, where they put a little something on top.
I love it all. I do order.
Food. Like
yes.
this little piece of food on.
Sure. The cucumbers with a little
you remember
in between.
they had those little hanging devices which have been lost but which you can put something on, you know, hang right on the side of the martini glass, so that not only do you get the martini, but you get a little tasting as well.
Sure. Yeah, I love that kind of thing. I like that better than actually like a lime or a lemon, because if you make a mojito and it's really good, and you put the lime on the edge of it, sometimes people squish it in there and they go, wow, it's too much lime juice. And you're like, well, you kind of put a little extra in there.
I think less is more in that case.
Definitely. You can do origami as a garnish. We did origami Sundays for a while here.
Identify yourself.
My name is Paul Johnson.
And
I'm a bartender here at the Roger Smith Hotel at Lily's or wherever I need to be.
And where is it?
New York City.
What city do you have behind you? It's New York City, Midtown Manhattan.
Midtown Manhattan, New York City.
And you are actually looking at down there at the end of the 47th Street is where Sully landed the airplane on the Hudson River. You can see it right down there. He passed by in his landing, that particular location.
I love that. That's like the best story to come out of this town.